and should function, and how they want to play much quicker games, more offensively oriented around strong solo lanes and invading jungle style. So I expect this one to be, some early moves from TSM and CLG trying to weather that storm and win later. But that will be determined by champion select. The compositions play a very big part in how you're going to want to play it out.
Absolutely. We are into that draft phase now, so let's see how it goes down. Yasuo, Cassiopeia banned out by CLG. TSM deciding to remove the Lucian and the Nocturne. We saw Lucian banned out earlier today as well. Nocturne also banned away. And we've seen how Cassio and Yasuo can both make some big plays themselves. Sylas also taken out by CLG.
Yep, Sylas off the board. Not going to have the possibility of these ult steals anymore. I'm a little bit sad, but I am kind of happy that Tahm Kench is now on the bench.
Yeah,
it's definitely a champion that denies a lot of plays.
Inhibit the ribbit.
Very true. It does. I do like the factor where it enables a lot of the cross map plays though, and that seems to be what TSM are banning out. The Tahm Kench and the Nocturne both banning out possible supplements to a split pushing strategy. So maybe they want to deny CLG the availability of trying to support people across the map.
Well, the bans did only happen to hit one of those top 280 carries right now, and the other one has found himself making it through yet again. Ezreal so powerful.
One more, so?
Right now, so powerful. I'll give you 2 for the price of 1. The double tier build,
what a deal.
The way this champion works these days, it is a poke monstrosity to have to deal with in the late game.
It really is, and so a lot of teams have looked at attacking early when an Ezreal is picked like that, and with TSM trying to play so much more aggressively and so much more early game oriented, this may be their thinking in letting this through. And that's kind of what I see the both goals of this champion select. CLG have the option here to go hard into poke, but with these 2 hovers that they're hovering over right now, if they lock them in, Galio and Jarvan is one of the most classic dive combinations.
The dunk
get the Cataclysm into the Galio ultimate to protect him on top of it. It creates this huge space for a champion like Ezreal to be able to move around in. And that definitely gives some more offensive power to CLG's lineup. They don't have to completely go defensive.
TSM is going to answer that incredible dive potential that CLG has with an AD carry that can reposition herself if need be. The Kai'Sa locked in there for Sven. Jace also picked up here for TSM.
Yeah, and Sven did display the AP Kai'Sa build as well, so it doesn't have to be the AD Kai'Sa or the attack speed that we seen recently, going with Blade of the Ruined King, Ginchu's Razed Blade. Don't have to go with the full flat damage either for early Q evolves. Still a very versatile champion. So depending on the damage profile here, if TSM wanted to go AD heavy in other lanes, then Sven definitely could carry some of the AP threats. And with the Jace picked up already, we're kind of expecting it to be Broken Blade Jace, right?
Yeah.
He played the split push last time. It was very effective for them. It's a champion you want to try and snowball off of that top lane. And we expect aggressive jungler to complement that pick as well. Because if you don't win, if you don't snowball early with the champion, you lose a lot of power.
Well, Zoe will be banned out by TSM. They want to keep that one away from PoE. Olaf banned out by CLG means they don't want a Cadian on one of those junglers that can feel very oppressive early, really control things, farm up, and be difficult to contest around those dragons, around those Rift Heralds.
Yeah, I really do like breaking up the Zoe Ezreal possible combination, because that has just been excessive poke that a lot of teams have used on the last couple of patches.
I don't have enough so's left for how good that poke is.
Exactly. And this is even with the Galio on one side. This is definitely a flex pick. Could go to Biofrost. The Jace as well. Bjergsen could take it into the mid lane if they feel like he needs to bully the mid lane. Just something that he has definitely done before, picking up that Jace pick and going early lethality.
All right, with LeBlanc and Orianna out of the picture, what does TSM want to do here?
He's shouting out the Zed buff.
Get your resident sleepers ready. It's Zed or bed. What's it gonna be? Don't you bait us like this, Bjergsen. Oh, he's gonna bait us like this. You knew he was going to. Even if he locks it in for later, there's no way they pick it fourth. They're saving the last pick for the counter pick in mid lane. They'll lock in the jungler instead. It'll be Acadian on Sejuani.
Yeah, and he face palms right as the camera went to him there for a second. More Sejuani play. He's gonna be on this frontline tank for the team. Jace can help him proc up stuns quickly when he goes hammer form as well. He's not just the range champion, so softening them up, then jumping on them, slowing them, getting some of those melee attacks in early. It's actually a really potent combination. Sejuani deceptively good in some early skirmishes. 2v2s really bring her a lot of power since they added more damage into the kit.
We're going to see Victor picked up here for CLG, expecting that one to probably go towards the mid lane. PoE has been known to play it before, and it can be a real AoE terror, and considering you can combine that with the Jarvan Cataclysm and the Galio Dunk, you've already got the bowl, you got the spoon, and then you just put the rest of the stuff in there with the Chaos Storm, and you've got a whole baking show full of death.
The bowl, the spoon, and the chaos stuff.
Yeah,
classic
that's
recipe.
A classic recipe. It's in your grandma's cookbook. Look it up. Anyway, we got Aatrox locked in as the final pick here on the side of Counter Logic Gaming, so we'll see Darshan most likely on that.
Looks like a lot of these LCS top winners agreeing that Aatrox still alive and well, as we have had Aatrox Fiesta today with pretty much all the games showing up for the top lane. See what they actually pulled the last pick. I'm expecting this to be the Bjergsen, but technically they can still
It has been a
move
while
around if they really want to.
since we saw Talia.
It really has.
The last time we saw her, she was surfing around on some rocks in the jungle.
So this actually brings my mind back, all the way back to these first two bans, the Tahm Kench and the Nocturne early denials for TSM, because they were already thinking about a roaming mid laner maybe. They want to get Bjergsen involved early, and bringing out the Talia as the very last pick on the red side here for their surprise factor seems like that it could be extremely powerful because they have a lot of setup everywhere else. I mentioned the Jace Sejuani synergy, being able to move in, land the slow, and then get those stuns, but also playmaking from a Thresh on bottom lane and the ability of Kai'Sa with her ultimate to follow up on any sort of play. Seems like Bjergsen is set up with a lot of possibilities here on a roaming mid laner we have not seen in quite a while.
This could be a lot of fun if they can make it pop off, but at the same time, with all that initiation potential on the enemy team that we've already talked about, Talia could be in some real danger if she's not positioned correctly. But TSM putting their faith in this one, doing the throwback to the olden days. I want to see how well she fares in lane after the multitude of nerfs that came through.
Yep. Plus, we have a little switcheroo here. I believe Darshan got the switch to the Jarvan, so Aatrox going into the jungle. And we've definitely seen more Aatrox jungle after the nerfs around the world, still pretty much alive and well there. So Wiggly's going to be the one with the Aatrox. Small change that the Jarvan, that means it's going to be a more fed Jarvan. I'm so curious if Darshan is going to go the full AD Jarvan and look for the one-shots, or is he going to go more tanky?
Ladies and gentlemen, open your history books to page 2019. It's time for the latest chapter of TSM versus CLG, but as soon as I say it, I jinx it. The pause comes in. Hopefully it will be but a short one, as TSM and CLG both tied at 4-4 coming into this match. And for those of you who are not aware, today marks the end of the first round robin, the end of the first half of Spring Split. One of these teams gets to end that with a positive record.
Yeah, we're definitely ending this one with a banger. CLG versus TSM. Always an exciting matchup. And we'll see how the early game goes, but if Darshan does go damage Jarvan here and he can be backed up later by a Galio ultimate, it could be so explosive as far as collapsing on these side lanes and each team having one of a semi-global champions here to try and make the big plays. Let's see, though. Starting out with the Doran Shield against the Jace makes sense no matter what build you're going, because early on, you take so many autos from Jace. Jace always tries to get bush control and harass you down through the minions.
Hear that, solo queue players? If you're inspired to pick Jarvan after this, don't go buying Longsword and 3 potions against Jace or Teemo or something.
I mean, unless you are dueling with your jungler.
Don't give them an unless. Don't give them a cop-out.
I gotta
I'm
play
trying
here.
to make people into better teammates, and you're over here giving them an excuse.
I gotta play. This is we do it all the time. If
Okay.
you're doing with your jungler friend, and let's say you're blue side like CLG are. So you sneak in through the top side, invade. If you don't see anyone, then your jungler starts there red, comes up and instantly ganks the top lane. 40 seconds in with a level 2 champion. Any sort of early ganking champion works, and you can get that early kill. It's sometimes super free and enough to snowball the entire thing off of that. And so in those cases, you can start a longsword or a Doran's Blade.
All right, if you got a duo, buddy, then you can start a longsword or a Doran's Blade, but otherwise don't. Or if your friend doesn't want to do your plan, you should probably ask him beforehand.
Yeah,
TSM We'll make sure nobody else is starting their red buff. They're starting their red buff. And Darshan will help Wiggly out starting on his blue.
Yeah, both these junglers going to start on the top side here and move down towards the bottom side. There is a deep ward from TSM onto the red buff of CLG. Going to give them some vision as soon as he transitions over to this side of the map. Also, the Scuttle Crab ward here should see that top Scuttle has not been taken yet, so I'd expect Acadian to go grab that thing, because as the Sejuani, you want to take your opportunity here to get some vision and security for Jace in the top side. Remember, he's going to have the early bully. He's got Corrupting Potion actually here for Broken Blade. Going to try and sustain through this lane as well, even if there's any sort of threat that comes back through.
And I'm really glad you make that point, because I think all too often you see a team draft a lane bully. Ooh, bottom side.
Oh,
it's first blood over to TSM instantly.
My goodness. Sven and Smoothie just annihilated the level 1 Ezreal here. This is a teleport Ezreal, as is very common, but that means, as usual, you are sacrificing your combat effective summoner in heal for the ability to teleport right back to lane and not lose any minions. But since your bottom lane just got the 2v2 kill, Acadian moves in, he's taking this red, and he should be able to finish it up. He has Smite as well before Wiggly even figures out that thing is gone.
Easy steal there for Acadian, and good job bottom side by TSM. Let's take a look at how they did it.
This has got to be Smoothie, all Smoothie here. He's on the Thresh, gets the level 2. They're looking for the hook. Stixxay's walking back and forth.
Nice
predicts
read.
The upward movement. No hesitation from Sven either. Both of them, eyes dead on. Is this hook going to land? Smoothie instantly W'd Stixxay back, but nothing going to get Stixxay out of that one, even with the flash, as the Ignite went down from Smoothie as well. That kill does go over to Smoothie, but again, on first blood, the assist money is also, pretty decent
200 gold
for Sven to get, so Kai'Sa with some happy money there too.
600 gold bonus to the pockets of the TSM bottom lane. They did it without any help. It was pure 2v2. They blew the flash and the teleport from Stixxay, so CLG's feeling that hurt as well. Big stuff from TSM.
I have to say, against Team Liquid, Smoothie roaming topside early, making the play. This time around, making the early first blood hook onto Stixxay as well. Smoothie is a guy that was in the conversation for MVP in our league previously, and #1 standings for support role multiple years. This guy moving to TSM was such, I feel like, kind of an understated move. While people were fairly excited, he's really showing up very big in the last couple of days.
And the way that he shows up now and historically is on playmakers, is on champions like Thresh, on champions like Alistar, where you get to see him just pop off, make those engages, get those setups there for his team, and really just facilitate everyone else going crazy. As topside, Darshan will shove Broken Blade back towards his turret. You see both junglers hanging out top of the map.
Smoothie again!
At bottom side, it's Smoothie setting things up daily, nightly, and ever so rightly. He gives the money over to his AD carry as well. 2-0 TSM.
Yeah, they just waved Bjergsen off. Yeah, nice roam. We got it covered here, buddy.
Get back to mid.
A Smoothie on the Thresh, creating some more action for the 2v2 lane. Let's take a look at how this one started, because, again, it was too quick. All right, so Smoothie just walks right up. He knows that he has the flash advantage this time around. So he's looking for the play, lands the hook right in dead center. Sven easily able to pick this one up. They can give the money over to the Kai'Sa in full this time. And this is going to be a problem for CLG. That is a BF sword, so Kai'Sa freed up now to go with the full flat attack damage to upgrade her Q for the double proc of missiles. We get a couple more pickaxes for her, and Sven is going to have some early presence. Acadian even on Sejuani, the freedom to move in blind here on the Drake with only a Thresh as extra damage.
When your bot lane is smurfing, you get Drake control. Turns out League of Legends means that controlling one side of the map means controlling everything in there, as Acadian will continue to just bonk this thing down with his Poros next. One more shot should do it. And there we go. Smite secured. TSM grab themselves the Ocean Drake, means their laning is going to be even scarier than it already was, as CLG just needs to stop the bleeding down here bottom side.
Yeah, Ocean Drake definitely going to be huge for the solo laners, for TSM especially. On the top side, actually, we really need to give some props to Darshan. In the mid lane, we're going to have some action first, but I have to say, Darshan on the Jarvan versus Jace matchup has landed so many last hits. Yes, the Jarvan passive helps out with that a lot, especially when you get bullied under tower and stuff like that. But he's done such a good job. You can see even a CS lead, and he's been able to rush into early tabbies here to really negate a lot of what you want when you pick an early Jace like this. So I really have to say, Darshan, nice showing in this game, even though they've got a very big problem on the bottom side. And it might
Speaking of
get
that
bigger!
problem on the bottom side, Sven's got his ulti. He's going in. He needs one more shot to do it, and the heal makes it happen. TSM has found their 3rd kill onto the CLG AD carry.
You gotta be kidding me. This bottom lane is getting annihilated. Bjergsen's coming in. And it's not fair.
He throws out the Weaver's wall, and Biofrost is left for dead. Bjergsen makes it 4-0 TSM.
Wiggly moves in to defend Darshan under the turret here as Acadian has moved up. Double level 6s for TSM. They were possibly thinking about a dive, but good rotation there from Wiggly to try and defend it. The bottom side, man, that is just looking brutal now. Even the level 7 Talia comes down to finish off your level 5 support, and Biofrost just say, come on. But man, the plates for the turrets also falling here, just adding more money into Sven's pocket. This Kai'Sa is going to be insane in the mid game.
This is a 2,500 gold lead for the side of TSM, and when you look at where all that gold is, 1,300 of it is between the AD carries, and another 800 of it is on the support. So you've got 300 gold outside of the bottom lane between these teams as a difference. That is insane.
All right, let's take a look at how this one happened. Let me guess, Smoothie. Gonna roam up here, right through the brush, Biofrost. Oh my God, that went right past the minion. That was crazy, actually. That was like
He's clean.
a pixel off of the ranged minion, right out of the brush. Yeah, he's definitely clean. You can say that one again.
He's clean.
Nice. Good execution there. You see, that's how I know I'm casting with Captain Flowers instead of Freak. When I did the insane pick there, Freak definitely would have said insane in the membrane, and I caught him for the pun instead. But Captain Flowers is in there for the memes.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. Memes and dreams, and TSM right now is living the bottom lane dream all day long. When you can pop off like this, when you don't need anyone else from your team to help you in your lane because your Thresh's Q is a point-and-click ability, things become pretty easy.
All right. Bjergsen now does have the extra money from roaming down bottom to get that support. And Talia able to get some early magic penetration plus a blue buff handoff. Could set up what we were thinking about in the draft phase for TSM, where they're going to have 2 strong side lanes and a roaming mid laner. It's actually turned out that the bottom lane is just go-to here, and they're doing all the work for themselves, and they're earning their team dragons as well. So Bjergsen might not have to even threaten too much on the side, but honestly, early game needs to get turned around here for CLG before this. Actually, Kai'Sa's already got the Q upgrade.
Yep. For those of you who are unfamiliar with this build, you might be like, what is she doing? That's 2 pickaxes. She's not playing Minecraft, but in actuality, we've seen this over in Korea. It makes it so you get the Q evolution incredibly quickly, and it turns her early to mid-game sort of weakness point into much less of a weakness, or lack of a more eloquent way to say that. The champion is very strong when you double the amount of missiles fired off by the Acadian Rain, as Power of Evil is going to take some damage here in the mid lane. Look at a Baby try to turn things around with a Chaos Storm, taken down to about 100 HP. Wiggly coming in now from the side. Maybe he'll finish someone off, but once again, it's Smoothie who shows up on the back end of the fight. He is having a game today, Kobe.
All right, quiz, Captain Flowers, who is going to be the player of the game?
I wonder. Let's go Smoothie, 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 or his teammate, Smoothie.
He roams up mid lane with the mobility boots and is able to finish off the kill on the mid laner. This man can do it all. Now they're mining turrets off the mid lane as well.
Whew. Oh, just one more smack, grabs some free gold. You can see Smoothie even tries to get back to give all the turret plating money to his mid laner. This selfless...
I mean, that doesn't work because you...
I know, but you got to give him credit. His heart was in the right place, even if his character wasn't. Mid lane, now that turret plating has been taken off, TSM decides to rotate Bjergsen and Smoothie up towards this Rift Trail to make sure that Acadian can take it down with no contest. Eye pops one last time, and that is an easy pickup for the side of TSM. Yet another thing on this map going their way. CLG has found nothing so far.
Yeah, this is full control from TSM, and I just got confirmation. That is the earliest turret taken in the first half of the split when Sven finished off the bottom side turret down there. And
CLG haven't got a plate yet. Not a single turret plate.
How are you gonna eat with no plates?
Well, they have the bowl and the spoon from earlier. Remember the trap? Just got to get the chaos stuff mixed in there.
There you go. Use the bowl instead. Sven getting some more plates off of this top turret as well. Definitely a very rich man in the mid lane. Wiggly goes in though.
He tries to catch Acadian out, but a good Arctic Assault to get Acadian out of the range of being pulled back into that one. Mid lane turret taken very low. Acadian maybe in some trouble here. Galio ulti coming in to keep Wiggly alive.
Yeah, he didn't
no
have
world
ult.
ender.
Yeah, he didn't have ult, by the way. Sometimes you second guess with Aatrox. Sven!
Oh, Sven's feeling hyphy on this one. Stixa, you better not be feeling safe. Smoothie might not be around, but you are already way too far behind, my friend.
I honestly have not cast a game like this in quite a while, Captain Flowers. This is a complete steamroll. TSM now knocking down the last outer turret at 12.5 minutes.
So here's the way that I determine whether a game is just beyond repair. If the gold lead is equal to the minutes, cut in half times 1,000. So at 10 minutes, a 5,000 gold lead.
That's complicated.
No, it's not. It's very simple.
All right.
Either way, this game is way past
this
that.
one.
All right, I'm gonna walk you through dash. This doesn't matter. Even if it hit him, it doesn't matter. He had a jump.
I like how at the end, Sven just walks straight and gets hit by every skill shot, and it doesn't matter.
He doesn't care.
He has the W on him. He's just gonna stand in the ult.
That's how you flex on him.
Okay.
Because see, if you don't do that and he misses everything, then he's like, oh yeah, I just wasn't trying to actually hit you, bro. Don't worry, I'm smurfing. This isn't even my real account. But if you get hit by him,
Okay, new game though. I mean, whoever gives up their bounty is gonna get some flame, right? I mean, this is
yeah.
It's now an 800 gold bounty. If you start giving away those bounties,
that's the fire emojis
then that is
for the flame you get on that one. I don't.
stacked up pretty decent gold amounts.
Yeah, Sven's bounty is very scary. 3-0 and 2 on this Kaisa. Infinity Edge already completed. Pickaxe in the inventory, building towards that Rage Blade.
Look at this. They don't even care about the dragon. Second Ocean Drake has spawned,
Don't need that thing.
and they're just taking the rest of the jungle first.
Darshan is just trying to hold the line down here. I mean, he's breaking even with his opponent. He's doing a good job, but here's some numbers for you. 0 turret plates to 15. 2,400 gold lead based on plates alone. TSM going for the Drake. And here's the math I was giving you earlier. There's 7,500 gold at 14 minutes. 7 is half of 14. This is GG material.
Got it. All checks out.
Yep. It's all there. Trust me. We
Man,
know.
those are really expensive plates. That is such. It's not even.
That's some fine china, Kobe.
It's actually not even half of their gold lead though. That's just the beginning here. So much of it was just bottom lane domination. Sven has completed the Infinity Edge, by the way, and working on the Rage Blade already. So let's take a look at where the next play is going to be. Currently, let's play super hard mode, actually, from CLG's perspective, right now.
Okay.
All right, you are down 6 kills to 0, 2 Ocean Drakes,
8,000 gold.
tons of gold. Number one priority is trying to get some defensive vision with control ward. So you can see they've done it inside their own jungle here. And what you're looking for with that vision is a member of TSM isolated from the other ones, because you're probably going to need 2 members of CLG to take anyone down right now.
Yeah, for sure.
And everybody just has to have their eyes open to be ready to react and collapse on a member of TSM if they get too aggressive and they try and overplay their hand. That's how you get one of these bounties, and that's how you start your road back into a game like this.
It's already out of their control in terms to make any sort of a proactive play. It has to be a punish at this point. You have to just count on TSM to get a little bit too hypey, a little bit big for their britches, and then punish them if you can, but it will be so hard to do. Everything will have to fall into the right place. Broken Blade's fine, just allowing Darshan to push this up. Trade it back and forth, trade the farm, keep the top laners even. It doesn't matter, because when you look at the bottom half of the map, everything is TSM.
Yeah, and currently too, Bjergsen is topside with the Talia pushing the wave in. He can roam mid lane with the rest of the team as they're grouping up right now. So you really do have to keep your eyes on that playmaker. If the Talia wall comes through and sections somebody off, it's so difficult for your defenses to get in place. Biofrost is ready with the Galio ultimate, but even through that, they don't have very big health pools aside from Darshan.
Bjergsen will continue pushing up towards this tier 2. He's got a couple minions with him. Also has the team hanging off to the side just in case CLG would try anything here. TSM also sweeping away some of that vision as Broken Blade starts the 1 versus 1 against Darshan down here on the bottom side. Seeing where this one is going. Darshan, no ulti ready to go, but Wiggly has finally shown up. Could this be the first kill of the game for CLG? And it is. Broken Blade will waste the flash too.
That's what they needed. Some money back in their pockets. Wiggly goes bottom side. That means TSM are definitely going to get top side though, because they see extra members from CLG on the bottom. So turret on top is definitely going down. Mid might be under fire as well, but you have to trade in this situation as CLG. You have to go for that style of play and then try and get something for yourself. An outer turret would do wonders, and the extra attack speed from Driver Flag helps, but it's not going to be enough.
Darshan decides to get himself back. Wiggly also going to, because they see TSM rotating over. They know if they try to stay for the turret, yes, they may get it, but they will 100% die, and they just cannot afford any more unnecessary deaths.
All right. TSM still with a huge stranglehold on this game. Complete control, and you can see now the ward line's moving in even deeper. They are taking everything out of the CLG jungle. Blue buff right now in the hands of Bjergsen, but they could drag it away.
Kaden and Sven are around the side. This would be a 3 versus 4, but it might yet be a fight they can win. TP coming in. Power of Evil taking a little bit of damage here. Biofrost trying to escape. Sven wants to continue going after him. Not going to find the Void Seeker.
That's pretty good for CLG. From their perspective, stealing back their blue and nobody dying there, plus getting the teleport out of Broken Blade is a small cooldown that you're looking for small win after small win, right? Because TSM are so far ahead, you have to get a lot of small wins to add up to a way back into this game. But TSM, not too worried about that one. The Dragon's coming back up right here, and this one's going to be a Cloud Drake, which is pretty powerful as far as the extra move speed. Vile lands another hook.
Darshan in some trouble here, taking some auto attacks. Should be able to get himself over the wall just fine with the EQ. Also, one thing to be very concerned about if you're CLG, Baron will be alive in just over 1 minute. For those of you who have been watching up until now, you may have thought the same thing I did at one point. Why have TSM not taken Baron? Well, that's because they have a lead normally reserved for teams with 25 minutes into the game, but they have it at 15 minutes. Once that comes online, CLG's job of protecting it will be very difficult.
All right, Dragon gonna come up first though, and they should be able to solo the Cloud Drake without too much of an issue. Currently, they're pushing all 3 lanes as well. They've allocated their Kai'Sa to the top side, so maybe CLG see this and try and take it as an opening. The Kai'Sa's not there. He's the most powerful player. If CLG grouped up everybody and had a timing, maybe they could make a wombo combo play. They've got Galio ultimate.
No. You hate to see it. The red buff just got
they're making a play onto Kai'Sa herself.
Sven is the target here. Darshan wants to go in, comes down with a Cataclysm. A lot of damage still going to be brought back onto him. Sven trying to get himself away. Damage on the power of Evil. Good Lord, man. Shutdown still comes through, but Sven makes it a 1-for-1, and it takes the entirety of the Counter Logic Gaming squad, which means objectives going to TSM in the Dragon Pit and at the Tier 2 mid lane.
Yeah, Sven is able to get a kill in the 1v4 though. Nice ultimate slipping out of their clutches for a second. That will be 3 objectives for TSM off the back of it. 2 turrets and the Cloud Drake picked up. However, CLG did get the bounty, so that was one thing that was on their list. It did cost them such a significant amount though. Teleport goes here. Let's see if there's any flashes as well. Darshan goes in. He's going to use his Cataclysm early. The Galio ultimate, maybe they weren't quite ready to use everything. I feel like CLG, maybe they didn't quite respect the power of Sven, or maybe Biofrost wasn't quite close enough, but I feel like as soon as you jump in on that Kai'Sa, you can't hesitate. You have to use all of your ultimates. You Cataclysm immediately.
Dump
your
everything.
Galio ultimate immediately, so there isn't a chance, of that coming back. Plus, you just want to kill him as quickly as possible so that TSM can't take as many objectives afterwards also. But we just saw, how strong this guy is right now. That was all summoners, though, off of the Kai'Sa, as well as getting the bounty. So the small wins. You gotta count your blessings.
We're trying to scrounge up some things that CLG can look forward to here, but right now, they are still very much in trouble. TSM clearing out everything through this top side. They want to secure the Scuttle Crab, make sure they've got total control over that Baron area, and with pressure still being applied to the bottom side by Broken Blade, Baron is always on the menu, and Akaadian and Ben can duo this one down.
All right, yeah, the Baron's gonna go over to TSM here, and then it will just be inhibitor turrets left, unless Stixay can ult it. Can he do it?
Acadian's got smite. If you lose this to a true shot barrage,
it was
okay.
kinda close.
He did smite it down to like 37 and Sven got it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is scarier than ever for CLG, who are now down over 10,000 gold, 21 minutes into the game.
All right.
That's
the true test. The defense of the Baron empowered push here. On the 22-minute mark, TSM will come marching in. Let's see what 2 lanes they choose, because I believe they should just have, a 4-1 split. They could do a 1-3-1.
Yeah.
I feel like their lead is big enough right now, though, that if they did 4-1, they could just bully down the door. But, they might have Jace bottom, Talia top side, and then the 3-man squad in the middle and try and do all at once. And it looks like they are going to split 3 with the Talia in the middle.
It's a 2-2-1.
Yeah, this variation, and Smoothie kind of backing them up, yeah. This variation does mean that Talia can go to either side, and Sven might want another crack at outplaying multiple engagements from CLG here.
You can see CLG collapsing with 4 people towards Sven on the top side, but as soon as they see it's a 4v2 and not a 4v1, they're like, that's too many guys. Can't fight that one.
And I do like your point there with the 2-2, because Smoothie here on Thresh is so good at enabling multiple lanes to push. It's something we talked about before, where it just makes it so much safer if the Thresh can hover behind anybody in a trailing lane with that Lantern guaranteeing them a safe spot out. Opens up a lot more options. Here they're going to want to move up mid lane to boost the speed of those minions. They actually wait for it a little bit delayed. All 3 outers. Oh, that one's dead.
Yep. Tier 3 turret goes down on the bottom side, and when you have to back away from a fight because it's 4 versus 2 instead of 4 versus 1, you know the state of the game is dire. Turrets down, mid lane inhibitor now vulnerable, bottom lane inhibitor now vulnerable. Top side is still continuing to be worked on as Sven shoves those in wave after wave. Broken Blade's made his way onto the bottom side inhibitor. Wall comes through, blocking Power of Evil off from the rest of the team. Still has Flash to get away if he has to. TSM don't really care about the fight, though. They're just trying to force down these objectives. Redemption will be used to keep everybody topped off, as bottom side Broken Blade has accomplished his mission on the Jace. Inhibitor acquired means super minions pushing down in here, creating all that extra pressure as TSM now turns their attention towards the mid lane inhibitor. Biofrost charging up the taunt, doesn't have the opportunity to go in for anyone there as the flash is down. Wiggly has activated the World Ender, wants to go in for something. Instead, he's only going to find himself hooked up as Sven wants to get away, dashes over the wall to get out of the Cataclysm. The Galio will not be able to dunk him down as Smoothie continues protecting his AD carry, and the rest of TSM said, all right, have fun with bottom lane. We're going to take the Nexus. Don't sweat it. Darshan tries to go in. Acadian gets himself initiated on, but it does not matter. That is your front line. Broken Blade into the back, looking for Power of Evil as TSM just continues to dance around. They're so far ahead, they are not intimidated whatsoever by the CLG defense. Biofrost will not get anything with the taunt. Wiggly very low, no World Ender available. TSM continuing the pressure. They know they can win it right here. Acadian below half HP. Everybody else still feeling very good right now. Biofrost steps up, but he's completely out of mana. That taunt was all that was left in the tank. TSM continuing to just put tiny little shots into this Nexus, but a couple more will do it. Here comes your initiation. CLG looking to make their last dance. Smoothie's going to be taken low, finally shut down, but the Nexus will go! And TSM wins it in 25 minutes.
Holy moly, TSM put their stamp on this game with an emphatic win over Counter Logic Gaming. Smoothie, congratulations on absolutely dismantling this team.
Oh, that was a disgusting display from Smoothie. He popped off from the start of the game and did not stop until that Nexus blew up.
We were caught in a Groundhog Day replay loop with bottom lane kills started by Smoothie.
Let's see how this one happened.
Yeah, that was actually insane. He even was able to roam up towards the mid lane with his mobility boots, finish off the extra one. But with that early lead, if a bottom lane wins that hard, in the meta right now, with turret plates being worth so much and early dragons being worth so much, that is just game over.
And Smoothie must have known that it's been almost 3 years since CLG beat TSM. And he's like, I really, really want that record. Because him and the rest of the team, everybody stepped up. You didn't see a lot out of the top side this game. Neither side really played there because the bottom side was so explosive. But Broken Blade was constantly shoving up in the side lane. He knew what his job was to do. And that's kind of the role of the split pusher. When the rest of your map pops off, you just say, all right, I'm going to push up the waves. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, he didn't get a lot of action in this game. It was With
All
one of
bottom
those,
lane.
You know,
All bottom lane.
honor Smoothie after that. After
Yeah,
that
I
one.
feel like if Smoothie doesn't have 4 honors at the end of that game, somebody is trolling. You're going to have to do a team review to figure out what went wrong there. But Sven being able to pop off, too, with the advantage they got in bottom lane, it was just a good day on the Rift for TSM. And to hear more about it, let's send things down to Avali for an interview with the successful support.
Thanks, Flowers. Smoothie, congratulations on the win. Now, you and Sven were just completely dominating bottom lane. What was going on?
I pressed Q, it landed, and we got a kill. Yeah.
That's it. Well, okay, so tell me about playing with your lane partner, Sven. Since you've joined, what's it been like playing with him?
It's been pretty good. I think me and him both have a lot of experience from the previous teams, and we got along really well, personally. So it's been really great experience so far.
Is there anything specifically that you've learned from him or learned from playing with him?
I think he's really, really good at playing lane matchups the way they're supposed to be played, especially champs on Ezreal, obviously. He's really good at Ezreal, and he's playing it for a long time. Yeah, he's just has a lot of experience with those champs and matchups that he knows really, really well. I didn't know as well, so he taught me a lot about that.
And with this win, TSM is ending the first half of the split in the positives, 5-4. What's the team's outlook towards the second half of the split?
I think we're definitely making a big comeback. The first 3 weeks were not so good. Obviously, we had a lot of really, really bad games, and we were not happy about it. So we're practicing a lot, like triple blocks, no break days. Like that's what we want, you know. So I think for the second half of the split, we're gonna try really hard and break into the upper echelons with TL and C9. Hope.
Well, Smoothie, thank you, and I'm wishing you the best of luck with that. That's it for us here, and to wrap up the day, let's hear from the State Farm Analyst Desk.